Folks, welcome to Smile Healing Institute channel. Today our topic is quantum computing consciousness. What if I told you that your consciousness operates like the most advanced quantum computer in the universe? What if every thought you think is literally processing infinite possibilities and computing your reality into existence? Right now, your mind is performing calculations that make supercomputers look like pocket computers or calculators. But here is the problem. Most people are running their quantum consciousness on autopilot, getting the same results over and over again. Today, we are going to activate your quantum computing awareness with consciousness. We're going to show you how to consciously direct the most powerful processing system in existence. Your own awareness. Are you ready to unlock the quantum computer of your mind and start computing miracles? Then let's quantum leap into consciousness mastery. First, we must understand your mind as a quantum computer. Here is what quantum science has revealed about consciousness that changes everything. Your brain does not just process information, it processes possibilities. Every moment, your consciousness is computing potential futures and selecting which one becomes your experience. Think about this. You have approximately 86 billion neurons, each capable of connecting to 10,000 other neurons. That creates more possible combinations than that are atoms in the known universe. Your consciousness is literally the most complex processing system in existence. But here is a quantum breakthrough. Unlike classical computers that process information in linear sequences, your consciousness operates like a quantum computer, processing multiple possibilities simultaneously until observation collapses them into single experience. Every thought you think exists in superposition, holding all possible meanings and outcomes until your consciousness observes it and gives it definition. This is why same situation can be interpreted as either a problem or an opportunity depending on how your consciousness processes it. When neuroscientists study meditation and heightened state of awareness, they discover something remarkable. The brain begins operating in gamma frequencies, the 4200 hertz, processing information 40 times faster than normal consciousness. In these elevated states, your quantum computing consciousness can access solutions, insights, and possibilities that are completely invisible to ordinary thinking. You literally upgrading your processing power from human to superhuman levels. But here is what most people don't understand. Your consciousness is not just processing existing information, it also creating new possibilities through the act of observation. The moment you become aware of something, you influence its probability of manifesting in your experience. This is the quantum observer effect applied to consciousness. Your awareness is not passive. It's the most creative force in the universe, constantly computing new realities based on where you direct your attention and intention. The ancient mystics understood this thousands of years ago. They call it consciousness as the ground of all being. The recognition that awareness itself is a fundamental computing system from which all experiences emerges. Upgrading your consciousness operating system. Stop right here. How many of you are still running consciousness 1.0, the same mental operating system you had when you're 7 years old? How many of you are trying to solve today's challenges with yesterday thinking patterns? Your consciousness is like software that can be upgraded, but most people never install the updates. They are running outdated programs that were designed for survival, not for thriving in abundant universe. Here is your consciousness upgrade protocol. First, you must recognize that 95% of your thoughts are running on autopilot. These automatic programs were installed by your past experiences, but they are not serving your future possibilities. Every limiting belief is like malware in your consciousness operating system. Every fear-based thought is a virus that corrupts your quantum computing power. Every doubt is a bug that crashes your manifestation application. But here is a breakthrough. You can consciously debug your consciousness. The moment you become aware of these limiting programs, you gain admin access to your own mind. You can literally rewrite the source code of your thinking. This is not about positive thinking. This is about quantum thinking. Instead of processing one possibility at a time, you learn to hold multiple possibilities simultaneously. Instead of computing from past limitation, you process from future potential. Your consciousness upgrade requires three essential components. Component one, expanded awareness. You must develop the ability to observe your thoughts instead of being controlled by them. This creates space between you and your automatic programs, giving you the power to choose new responses. Component two, elevated emotions. Your consciousness process information through feeling, not just thinking. When you combine expanded thoughts with elevated emotions, you create quantum coherence that accelerates manifestation. Component three, clear intention. Your consciousness needs specific instructions about what to compute. Vague desires produce random results. Clear intentions create focused quantum calculations that produce predictable outcomes. Now let us understand the physics of consciousness and reality creation. Now I want you to share with you the deepest understanding from both quantum physics and ancient wisdom. Consciousness is not produced by the brain. Consciousness is the field from which the brain and all of reality emerges. Your individual consciousness is like a wave in the ocean of cosmic consciousness. You appear to be separate, but you are made of the same fundamental system as the infinite field of pure awareness that pervades all existence. When you truly comprehend this, you realize that consciousness computing your personal reality in the same consciousness that computes the entire universe. You are not separate from cosmic intelligence. You are cosmic intelligence expressing itself through your unique perspective. This is why meditation and contemplative practices are so transformative, and they dissolve the illusion of separation and connect you directly to the source code of reality itself. In these expanded states, your consciousness gains access to universal processing power. The ancient Vedic seeds called the Turiya, the fourth state of consciousness beyond waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. In this state, you are no longer just a user of consciousness, you become consciousness of consciousness itself. From this expanded awareness, you realize that all possibilities exist simultaneously in what quantum physicists call the zero-point field. Your consciousness does not create these possibilities. It selects which ones to experience through focused attention and intention. This is the ultimate secret of reality creation. You're not trying to force the universe to give you what you want. You're aligning your consciousness with the possibilities that already exist in the field of infinite potential. When your individual consciousness synchronizes with cosmic consciousness, manifestation becomes effortless because you are no longer working against the natural flow of creation. You are cooperating with it. The key is recognizing that there is no separation between your consciousness and universal consciousness. They are one seamless field of aware intelligence expressing itself as both the observer and the observed, the thinker and the thought, the dreamer and the dream. Now let us contemplate the quantum coherence and consciousness mastery. Here is what happens when you master quantum computing consciousness. Your heart and brain begin operating in perfect coherence, creating a unified electromagnetic field that can be measured several feet away from your body. When you achieve this coherence between your thoughts and emotions, between your conscious intentions and subconscious programs, you literally become a walking quantum computer processing reality at the speed of consciousness. In coherent states, your brain produces what neuroscientists call hypersynchronous gamma waves, brain waves associated with heightened awareness. You literally upgrade your consciousness to superhuman processing capabilities. But coherence is not just about brain states. It's about aligning every level of your being. Your thoughts, emotions, words, and actions must all be computing the same reality. When all systems are synchronized, you become an irresistible force of creation. Most people live in incoherence. Their head wants one thing while their hearts feel something else. This is a mystery. Their conscious mind sets goals while their subconscious runs sabotage programs. This creates quantum interference that cancels out their manifestation power. When you achieve full consciousness coherence, you become what I call quantum human, someone whose entire being is aligned with their highest possibility. In this state, synchronicities increase, opportunities appear effortlessly, and reality seems to reorganize itself around your intentions. The key to maintaining coherence is what I call elevated state independence. This means generating feelings of gratitude, joy, love, and inspiration independent of external circumstances. You become emotionally self-sufficient, no longer dependent on external validation to feel good. When you can feel abundant before abundance appears, feel loved before love shows up, feel grateful before having reasons to be grateful, you are computing from the future instead of reacting to the past. This is how you break the cycle of creating the same reality over and over again. Instead of letting your environment program your consciousness, you use your consciousness to program your environment. Now, let us contemplate the advanced consciousness computing techniques. All right, let's get practical. I'm going to give you 5 specific techniques to activate your quantum computing consciousness that you can implement immediately. Technique 1, the future self-download. Every morning, connect with the version of yourself who have already achieved your goals. Don't just visualize them. Download their consciousness. How do they think? How do they feel? What's their energy like? Let your consciousness upgrade your current consciousness. Technique 2, the parallel reality processor. Throughout your day, ask yourself, what would I be thinking and feeling if I were already living my dream life? Then think those thoughts and feel those emotions. Now you're literally computing your desired reality into existence. Technique 3, the quantum question algorithm. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, how is this serving my highest good? Your consciousness will compute completely different answers when you upgrade your questions. That is the power of questioning. Technique 4, the coherence calibration. 3 times a day, place your hand on your heart and synchronize your breathing with feeling of gratitude. This creates heart-brain coherence that optimizes your quantum computing power. Technique 5, the possibility expansion matrix. Whenever you face any challenge, immediately generate 3 new possibilities you had not considered before. This keeps your consciousness flexible and prevents it from collapsing into limited solutions. But here is a crucial part. You must practice these techniques with complete conviction. Your consciousness responds to the intensity of your belief and emotion. Half-hearted practice produces half-hearted results. Remember, most people practice consciousness techniques while feeling the same old emotions. But if you want to compute new realities, you must generate new states of being, feel excitement of your expanding awareness, feel gratitude for your quantum capabilities, feel joy about your evolving consciousness. Remember, you are not just changing your thoughts, you are upgrading your entire consciousness operating system. This requires dedication, consistency. I'm saying consistency into consistency. Okay, to stress upon it, it's very, very important. Consistency is the key, and unwavering faith with conviction is your infinite potential. Living has quantum computing consciousness. Has to complete this quantum journey. I want you to understand this ultimate truth about consciousness. You are not a human being who occasionally experiences higher consciousness. You are consciousness itself, temporarily experiencing human form. The quantum computing we have been discussing is not something you do, it's something you are. Every moment, your consciousness is processing infinite possibilities and selecting which reality to experience through your awareness. When you live from this understanding, you realize you're not trying to improve your consciousness, you are allowing your consciousness to express its infinite nature through your unique perspective. You become a clear channel for cosmic intelligence to compute itself as your life experience. This is what the mystics called enlightenment. Not achieving something you don't have, but recognize what you have always been. You are the quantum field of consciousness appearing as individual awareness, temporarily forgetting your infinite nature. From this recognition, creation becomes effortless because you're no longer trying to force outcomes. You're allowing infinite intelligence to express itself through your clarified intention and elevated emotions. Your consciousness becomes like a tuning fork that resonates with the frequency of pure possibility. Whatever you tune into through sustained attention and elevated emotion begins to manifest in your experience with increasing ease and speed. But remember, mastering quantum computing consciousness is not about escaping the human experience. It's about bringing heaven to earth through your elevated awareness. You become a bridge between infinite possibility and practical manifestation. Every day offers you the opportunity to choose. Will you run on autopilot consciousness, or will you consciously direct your quantum computing power? Will you process from past limitations or compute from future possibilities? You are the consciousness that is creating this entire experience. You are the awareness in which all realities appear and disappear. You are the quantum computer of infinite intelligence expressing itself as your magnificent life. Welcome to your quantum computing consciousness. Welcome to creating from the field of infinite possibilities. Thank you so much for expanding your quantum consciousness with me today. Thank you so much for continuing upgrading your awareness. And remember, you are not just using your consciousness. You are consciousness computing itself as reality. Until next time, stay quantum consciousness. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next video.